So I've been watching the Harry Potter movies for the last several days now. Just got to the Deathly Hallows Part 2, gonna watch it. So I figured why not celebrate by making the famous drink, Butterbeer. I'm gonna go based off of How to Drink's recipe. I made a few little modifications, but I'm basically gonna use his recipe. So what are we gonna have in this Butterbeer? You use a wee angry Scotch ale, that's what I got here. 6.5% alcohol in this. That's a pretty strong beer. In fact, it even says strong beer on the label. Wow, obviously. We got some eggs. We got some organic dark brown sugar. There's gonna be some cloves going in here. We got some nice spices. Cloves, ginger, a stick of butter, obviously, because there it is, that's the butter. And then also some nutmeg. Let's put my nice display back nice there. The cool thing about this is it's kind of like you brew it in a cauldron. So there we go, we have our cauldron here. We're gonna pour all of this ale into the pot. So I'm just gonna get all of these things open. I'm gonna try and pour this so that it doesn't foam up too much, but I don't know, man. It's quite a bit of liquid, so I gotta use this giant pot. Obviously, I'm not gonna drink all of this in one sitting, but, or maybe I would, I don't know. This stuff is just wanted to try it on its own. Not bad. Okay, so we have all of our ale in the pot. So they say take about an inch of this ginger and then grind it off. Now in How to Drink's video, he said that he could have used a little bit more ginger, so I'm gonna overdo what he did a little bit. Just a little bit. So I got like that much. I'm not gonna grind it all down, but I'm gonna do a bunch of it. Yeah, that's probably about enough. We are gonna need a whisk for this thing too, because we're gonna, you know, mix it all up. Okay, yeah, so he says half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I kind of just like to eyeball it usually a little bit, but we wanna do half a teaspoon. And I'm just gonna do like a heaping teaspoon, so. I hope that was okay. 6 cloves, they said. I'm gonna put an 8. That's a lot of cloves, man. We got 1. Man, I love that clove smell. 7, 8. Cloves are good stuff, man. I better just give it a bit of a whirl here. I can just hear it fizzing. Okay, so we have to take this and heat it up. We're not gonna go crazy with it, but we're just gonna bring it up to a simmer. So I'm gonna take it over here to the stove. Okay, so that's heating up. So we're gonna take our egg yolks and we're gonna need 5 of them. Let me just try and do this and actually get these yolks properly. I gotta separate the yolk, I presume, from the egg white. Shit, man. Give me that yolk. Okay, that's 1. There we go. I think as long as we mostly got the yolk, it probably doesn't matter if there's a little bit of egg white in there. So a cup of sugar. I was supposed to use this cup. Just gonna put all that in there. And now we're gonna beat this all together. I gotta kinda work this on its own because this bowl is not actually designed for this mixing thing. Ah, it's coming along. Okay, so the color has really lightened up. And it's not so much like a mustard color, but it's like a Dijon mustard. Here. Okay, you can look at that. Yeah, it's probably about right. So I am starting to see steam come off of the liquid over there. I think that's probably pretty hot. Okay, so we're gonna get this stuff going again. And we're just gonna add a little bit of this gradually here. Mix it in a little bit. Apparently that's to keep the eggs from actually cooking from the heat. Mind you, this is not that hot, but it's a little bit steamy. Honestly, probably that 2 scoops was enough. Okay, so now we're gonna take this mixture and we're gonna pour it in with this beer. Well, you know what, I don't know, this color is really starting to come off now, but. Okay, that's good for now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this pot, I'm gonna put it back on the heat. We're gonna whisk it, and we're gonna melt this stick of butter in there. This stick of butter should be about 100 grams. So if you don't just have a stick, you could just put 100 grams. Oh, that's 117 grams. So that's good. I can't find any more butter in there, so hopefully it's all gone. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this back in here and just get all the rest of that stuff, that concoction that we made in here. So then we're just gonna mix it all up again. That's a lot of stuff. That is quite the brew, I gotta say. All right, let's just mix this up lightly. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It is piping hot, man. And that made it really bubbly. Fuck, I don't know if that was a good idea or not to do that. Well, I don't know, man. That's the way that he does it in the video. Maybe I wasn't supposed to use beaters. I mean, he used like a whisk mixer. Ooh, it smells pretty nice. That is like a nice hot drink. Okay, did everybody follow along with what I did there? This stuff should be done now. I put the beer into the pot. I added the ingredients, the nutmeg, the cloves, the ginger, and then you heat up the pot on the stove. You simmer it, you do it, you whisk it. Then we do the concoction. Here we mix the egg yolks with the sugar. And then essentially you just mix the two together and heat it up, and that's it. That's what butterbeer is. But there's one important thing you gotta do. You gotta clean before you eat, right? Let's clean up our space, shall we? All right, so now we're gonna fill these things up. I'm gonna have to dish it up with a ladle because this is a very small spout. Just spooning it in there. You know, maybe it would be better to do it like this. Come here, come and we'll fill your pint. There we go. That's the ticket. It's foamy. It doesn't look like great. We're gonna sprinkle a little more nutmeg on there. It's not like frothy the way that I would have expected it to be. It's not as creamy as I would have expected either. So now the last part of the procedure that how to drink completely forgot about was you gotta use a little bit of magic on this thing. So. There. Let me give this a try. Oh. One thing that a person could possibly do would be to strain it, but it's interesting. It is like a spicy, kind of sweet. It's almost kind of like the flavors kind of come at you one at a time. It's like you get one, and then another after that. And it's sort of mixed together, but it's like separate at the same time. It's hot, it's flavorful. I don't know, I'll have to experiment with it some more. Maybe not put in so much ginger next time. So, the Harry Potter butterbeer. This is it. It's hot. It's flavorful. I like it. Sweet. I would say it's a little too spicy.